You've been gone too long, Alice. There are matters which might benefit from your attention. Friends cannot be neglected. Hurry.
I am curious what the process is like handing off a universe to someone else.
Yeah, well, it's a strange thing, but I mean, I felt very confident with James when I first met him. You know, I think he came in, he had enthusiasm. You know, first question he said is like, well, "You really want to do this?" You know, but he was very energetic, had good ideas about it, had good enthusiasm for it. So, you know, when you're doing something like this, a sequel, this kind of movie anyway, I think it's a kind of thing where you kind of wanted to have a different energy, and he brought that to it. And so, you know, even though it's a similar world and same characters for the most part, except for Sacha, you know, it needs that kind of new energy, I think.
I think the first check is reality checking yourself that you're sane to do this job. No, I think I was lucky because I inherited a world and I inherited characters. But I knew Alice very well from being British and growing up in England. You know that world because it's part of your childhood. And so really the first step is what are my thoughts about this world? Where do I see it? And how do I see it developing from the last movie in particular? Especially knowing the book so well, because obviously the book is different to the film. And what is it of the book that you want to preserve? And that was kind of my first asked question to myself in the situation.
How does it change things when you're not growing and shrinking?
Oh, that was great actually, because it meant I got to do, you know, all the scenes with cast, like actually there. So it felt a lot more connected than the last one. The last one I was sort of like in someone's pocket or on their shoulder or, you know, like in a teapot. And so it felt quite like disconnected. So this was really nice to be able to look at them and do the scenes with them.
It seems like metaphorically too, she has come into who she is. She's not gonna shrink anymore.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, I love how at the beginning of the film, she's, you know, been travelling for 2 years and she's very empowered and very much has a strong sense of who she is. And then when she comes back to England and the expectations of her are so low, she's able to hold on to that feeling that she's worth more than that and should be doing what she loves.
And Mia is such a great, I mean, when I first met her on the first one, she's such a strong, simple, grounded character as a person. And I think that has a large part in terms of why I think, you know, she takes this kind of crazy material and grounds it into something really human.
Time travel sounds like an element that in any project is going to make things even crazier.
Time travel is always a logical nightmare in terms of story narrative. So generally we try to avoid too many rules and just say, this is the rule, that's the one rule we have, stick with that one. But I think, again, it's that sort of thing that Lewis Carroll, even though time travel as an element wasn't really around in his time, because it's H.G. Wells, which was about 30 years later, I think he would have approved the idea of time travel as a narrative device, because he's a mathematician. And I feel time travel, A, involves equations, and B, is interesting. If you like maths, you're going to like time travel.
James and Tim are both wonderful and quite different, and Tim articulates things very visually, and then James is wonderful. He brought this brilliant sort of sense of humour to the film and you know, humour that I think kids will love and then also like adults can enjoy and really pushed the cast emotionally to kind of connect a bit more and so I think it's a really wonderful film.
It seems like Disney is creating this really neat live action world of some of their older films, and you're supposed to be doing Dumbo. Do you see this becoming a world that could intermingle at all?
You mean like the Marvel?
Yeah, like, I mean, could Alice meet the characters from the Jungle Book?
Batman versus Dumbo, is that what you're trying to say? Well, when it comes to that, then I think that you know, it signifies the end of the world and maybe the start of the World Wrestling Federation taking over the universe. I don't know.
Hello, Alice.
I present you with a gift.